Morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Fowler, and I'm your host of Circle Navigation.
On today's episode of Circle Navigation, today we will take you down south to Atlanta, Georgia with business mogul and entrepreneur Christopher Fowler. We'll talk about his new movie, I Swear I Promise, and the $2.3 million deal with Amazon Prime. Navigate by boats, public transportation, planes, and motor vehicles to take you on a journey around the world.
Shooting an independent film, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. You have to have the relentless grind and staying focused on your task. Before we get into the movie, I would like to introduce my next guest, OG on the low.
Southside, these niggas is cold outside, so we keep the heat on even in the summertime. Southside, these niggas is cold outside, so we keep the heat.
Working on the independent film and, working with me and alongside with those other guys. Tell everyone how you feel about, exactly how did the process go of starting the independent film.
All right, I can definitely answer that question. And to be totally honest with you, Chris, the process of it was something that was totally new to me. But it was a long road, man, just getting prepared to figure out how to play this character.
Let's talk about your character for a minute. Fly, when you read the script, how did you identify with the person? Did you have anything in common to him? Did you enjoy playing that particular role?
I did have some similarities to the character. I thought Fly was very, very intelligent. Right. He was a cold dude, but it was very different for me because, like I previously said, I never did a movie before. Right. But just play that character and show that side and that temperament. Right. It just brought out something that I never did before. So it wasn't easy, but it wasn't enjoyable.
Basically, being independent is very needed in these days of time. So before we ask OG on the low any more questions, we're gonna go into this next segment of I Swear I Promise. Everyone check it out.
What's wrong with you? Yo, what the fuck?
Freeze up, hands up, fall! Goddamn, super cop. That shit, that was closing the motherfucker.
Shooting star, shooting star.
My name is Chris Fowler, and I'm your host of Circle Navigation.
Hi, I'm Aisha Jordan, and this is Circle Navigation. According to the AJC Atlanta News Now, Georgia reports record numbers of the COVID-19 cases on New Year's Eve. The state of Georgia reported 53 confirmed new deaths attributed to COVID-19 and nearly 4,000 hospitalizations. The latest White House Coronavirus Task Force report showed more than 9 out of 10 counties had moderate to high rates of spread, and 83% of those counties were in the red zone. Georgia has recorded nearly 619,000 confirmed or probable COVID-19 cases and more than 10,500 deaths since March. We are urging people to stay 6 feet apart and wear your mask at all times in public places and continue to wash your hands. I am Aisha Jordan reporting for Circle Navigation.
This is Sam Etheridge. This is Circle Navigation. I'm a family man. Born here in Griffin, Georgia. Lived here all my life. Have a lot of family and friends in the same little small town. I worked a job 35 years and got tired of corporate America. Decided, hey, I need to be an entrepreneur. So I decided to go toward the investment thing. Wanted to learn about how money works and how money grows. I looked at my community, I looked at my family, and just could see that generation of just brokenness, just from one generation to the next, and nobody could get ahead. But I could look around my community and see other people just flourishing, and things just going well. And I said, create financial independence. Let me explain what financial independence is. Financial independence is when you have accumulated enough money that you can start drawing a check every month from your money, and you live to be 100 years old and never run out of money. We got to take in consideration something called inflation. So you got to make sure you get the right rate of return. Inflation has been 3% for the last 15, 20 years. So if you invest in money, it ain't getting 3% at least, then your money don't have the weight that it should have. Back to Tulsa, there was doctors that had their own practice. There was cleaners, dry cleaners, black dry cleaners. There was ownership, stores, drugstores. I mean, to be successful, you gotta, the three S's are save, share, and spend. Now, without all three of them operating together, you won't be successful. Let me explain. To be successful, you gotta save. You gotta put back. And I suggest invest because you get a bigger return. Okay, but you can't just save and never bless someone because it wouldn't work for you. The man above ain't gonna let you just hold something because he created us to be givers. You can't give away kindness. I learned the more I give away kindness, it comes right back to me. I throw it away, it comes right back to me. Okay, so we know we gotta save. Okay, we gotta share. Whether you tithe in your church, whether you see a man on the street that needs something, share your wealth. It'll come back to you. And spend, you'll be surprised at people that invest and just save for that rainy day, and save, and never spend their money, get to be 80, 90 years old and die and never spend a penny. So you gotta spend, you gotta reward yourself for your hard work. You gotta bless others. And then you gotta be able to save and put something back. And if you apply those three S's, you're gonna be successful.
Welcome back to Circe Navigation, everyone. I'm your host, Christopher Fowler, and we're gonna get back into this new movie, I Swear I Promise. We have our guests here, OG on the Low, and we're gonna speak a little more about this movie today. After receiving the script, after reading over it and looking at different things inside of the script, how did you feel? How was your emotions at home and letting your people know that you would be in an independent film? How did your wife react and your kids and everything?
Well, honestly, they were excited. People don't really believe you when you tell them, "Hey, man, we shooting a movie."
Right.
But when they were able to just see clips and pieces of what we had been doing, they began to pay a little bit more attention to it.
Right.
And I took it even more serious from that point because I felt like now I got a point to prove.
Right.
And when you shooting a film, especially the way we shot it, a guerrilla style independent film, it's never what you expect as far as scheduling, how long it's gonna take,
Right.
Even as far as location,
right?
You just don't know.
Right. Well, being the director and editor, like I said, of the movie and being the executive producer, it's a lot of stages that we did have to take and a lot of screens measures that we had to cross too. So, another thing, man, half of the cast alone, that you brought half of the cast with you. Once you came, a lot of more other people came, and we was able to complete a lot of roles that we did. How did it feel to be able to, manage other people's schedules and bring people in and helping myself with the movie and getting it to go? Like, how did it feel for you?
I actually had to learn a lot of patience doing that because everybody's schedule is different. We gotta all be on the same page when we get there to do what we're doing. No matter how long it takes. That's why that's what taught me patience. When I knew that people were asking, well, what's taking y'all so long? Can I see this?
Right. See, what a lot of people don't understand going into independent film is too that we don't have a cast, filming crew. We don't have a sound crew. We don't have a lighting crew. So we pretty much happen to play different roles. After you acting, you may have to use the camera. You might have to hold a boom mic. So it's a lot of things that go into the independent film that people don't see. You know, my goal was to, you know, separate our film from most independent films. And as you can see, we pretty much nailed that. We have an action thriller. We giving them comedy. We giving them emotions. We giving them, at the end, we even go to the church and we showing the change and the growth of each character. You know, Fly was a character. When I created him, he was someone that I created off my cousin image. You know, I seen my cousin Greg do a lot of those things. And you pretty much match up to this guy. You're a real smooth player, man. And, you know, I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done, man. And glory to God for everything that we were about to do with this film, man. And I just want to appreciate you guys for, you know, making that thing happen for me, man.
You know, it's all what we're supposed to do for each other, man. Okay. I mean, it's an opportunity for me too. Like I was saying, I never did a movie before,
right?
And now it's like, man, people don't even call me by my name.
Exactly. It's Fly now, like Day on Friday or Smokey on Friday. That's right. So that lets you know that we accomplished the goal. We saw the image, and you know, we taking a very positive approach on this movie. So therefore, the consumers are receiving some positive products. So they're gonna give us a positive feedback, which is, okay, we're selling units like crazy. We're promoting. We're on WALB. We're everywhere. And thanks to you, man, for some of the smart moves that you have made. You know, God have really put a lot of insight and knowledge and wisdom. And it's an honor, like I said earlier, to be working with you, man, because you're a very smart cat, man. And I pretty much base it, my acting skills and everything, I pretty much learned how to act from you, bro. And you did a great job, man. Tell the people where they can find you at, man, one more time, and let them know where to find you at, all your links and social media.
Well, y'all can find me on Facebook, OG on the low, OGONDALO. Same thing on Instagram. And let me tell you, Chris, you've been a blessing too, bro. Because we wouldn't be doing none of this without you. I ain't know nothing about filming, movies, none of that. So, you know, it's good for a different man.
You already know, my guy. You know, yeah, man. You know, it's good to see black brothers working together, coming together, you know, doing our thing, man. You know, we could be out here doing anything, but we's making a change in our neighborhood. We're making a difference in our life, and we're trying to provide generation wealth for our families, you know. And like I say, man, everybody that was involved with the movie, we really appreciate you guys. Circle Navigation is the new web series. Make sure you go down to the links below and subscribe. That's Christopher the Great, Keys to the City Films. Make sure that you just stay supporting us. Buy all the merch, man. We have our website up now, you know, through GoDaddies and Wix.com. So make sure you go there and check out all the latest merchandise. And make sure you just keep following us, because there's gonna be more films, more movies, more music coming from Keys to the City Films. Also, we'd like to give a big shout out to Studio 12 for inviting us in here and in their studio space. So shout out to DJ Lee, shout out to Braynard Stevenson, man behind the camera. We love you guys, and until next time.
At this time, we would like to give glory to God. Thanks for all the things that He have done for us and the blessings that's to come. I want to leave you guys with this scripture, James chapter 2. For the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without work is also dead.
I am Aisha Jordan, and welcome to Circle Navigation. On today's episode of Circle Navigation, today we will take you down south to Atlanta, Georgia with business mogul and entrepreneur Christopher Fowler. We also have my new co-host, Jate Brielle Elliott. Navigate by boats, public transportation, planes, and motor vehicles to take you on a journey around the world. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Season 1, Episode 2 of Circle Navigation. Since March is Women's Appreciation Month, we will be educating you on Christina Bannister. She was born in 1819 in North Kingston, Rhode Island. Her parents were African American and Narragansett Indian. Now introducing April Boppius with the Circle Navigation Black History segment.
Hi everybody, my name is April Boppius. I was fortunate enough tonight to be able to be the co-host for Circle Navigation to highlight a very important icon that's very special to my heart and everyone else's. The woman I wanted to highlight tonight is Christina Cartonex Bannister. She was an icon. She was born 1819 in North Kingston, Rhode Island. She was the descendant of Native American, African American parents from South County during the 18th century. Despite her success through her professional life, she passed away at the age of 83 with little money. However, she was very rich at heart. There is much that we can learn from this icon, and also by honoring her legacy, because she was a wonderful woman and had wonderful accomplishments, and she is the true life hero. Again, this is April Boppius reporting live for Circle Navigation.
This is Circle Navigation. It's time to pay some bills, so let's go on a commercial break.
General Fresh Trainer here. We're at the Leroy Rogers Center. This is my class, Body Blast. Body Blast is a tribe of collectives, collective people that want to strive for more. We're here to encourage that. So this is the place that happens.
Chef Boy Cooking.
My name is Ed Downs, and this is Circle Navigation. A young brother like yourself, starting in, should learn everything he can about the business. He needs to make a decision at some point as to what he wants to do in the business, whether it's going to be photography or cinematography or writing, stage work, technical, other kinds of technical work. I think it's only by informing yourself in that manner can you really make a real decision about what you want to do and what you're going to be good at. When you think about a joint venture, it's a project. It is a particular kind of business that's about to be entered into. And like anything else, it takes exploring before you get to that point. If there are two persons or more, two businesses or more that want to enter in together, there needs to be discussion in advance. There should not be discovery after the fact. You'd want to talk about it in advance. Who's going to manage it? What's the project going to be? Who's going to have responsibility for carrying out certain technical aspects of it? Which counsel are you going to be consulting? You might actually have two different counsels because you have these two different businesses, and perhaps one counsel would not be the best choice unless it's clearly understood that one counsel is called on to represent both, meaning that no one can be favored or disfavored. Well, in business, it's quite important. Business typically is done through a corporate setup or a partnership setup. That alone is a legal creation. There are advantages and disadvantages to both forms. Even an individual proprietorship might be selected as a business type form. Once you understand that, then you will impact tax consequences. You may or may not do it as a corporation or a partnership. It's going to impact liability issues. If contracts are entered into through a corporation, there might be less liability to the individual because the corporation is the entity that's actually doing the contract on behalf of the work being done. It's a matter of understanding by exploring. Explore it, get an idea of what's what, and then launch into it. You might start off in one business form and find out that it's better off in a different manner. You might start off as a C-type corporation and find out that it's better to practice as an S corporation. There are different gradations to the choice. Once more, my name is Ed Downs. Enjoyed the opportunity to talk to you today. This is Circle Navigation.
Hello, this is Devontae Turner and you're watching Circle Navigation. So the character that I'm playing in I Swear I Promise is named Lieutenant Wallace. He's an undercover cop and he does a lot of crooked and underhanded things. Yet he still has quite of a soft side. You know, there's a point in the movie where he becomes remorseful for some of the things he's done. And I'd like to thank Dr. Christopher Fowler, the great, who saw the vision and cast me in this role. I'm eternally grateful for the opportunity to have worked with this young man and his vision. He's very anointed, very gifted, along with the other co-stars that I've worked with. And without further ado, I'd like to take this time to introduce you to one of my favorite scenes in the movie I Swear I Promise.
Okay. Bruh.
What's up, bro?
We can work. I like this.
Alright, that's what
But
I'm
you ain't
saying.
gonna say.
That's what I'm saying,
Man,
baby. I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can help you out, bro. You gonna help me out with this right now, bro.
Real tip, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna need this.
I'm sorry to have to do this to you, bro.
So,
I know it's my fault. I would like to thank God for all things. Without Him, nothing's possible. But with Him, all things are possible. I would like to also thank Him for the opportunity to have been a part of this great project. Dr. Christopher, the great Christopher Fowler, thank you so much for investing in me. I am honored and just elated that you saw something in me to be a part of your film, your vision. And I'm looking forward to the opportunity to working with you in the future and further projects. And for those of you out there that are watching, make sure that you invest in Mr. Christopher and his projects, because I tell you, he is going somewhere. He's going many places, and you will be blessed. Peace.
This is Circle Navigation. It's time to pay some bills, so let's go on a commercial break.
Get to the business. Man, I need a proper team, man. I need a proper team.
No. Mr. Keon Oldstein.
Hands up. Be a player. You ain't no red shirt money to take the rock. I don't want to see you throw your life away in the streets, man.
Welcome back to Circle Navigation. I'm your host, Aisha Jordan. Now let's jump into this month's COVID-19 report.
According to CNN Health, this is the COVID-19 pandemic government update. COVID-19 has killed more than 500,000 people and infected about 30 million people in the United States since last January. Despite hopes of mass vaccination in 2021, the pandemic has continued to worsen. In just the first few weeks of 2021, the United States reported its highest ever numbers of daily new infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. We encourage everyone to wash their hands, to mask up, stay 6 feet apart, and to wear gloves. Hi, my name is Jatabrielle Elliott, and I'm reporting for Circle Navigation.
On the next episode of Circle Navigation, we will be talking to actor and co-star of the new hit movie, I Swear I Promise, Devachi Turner on COVID-19 and public safety. We also have special guest, rapper, and co-star OG on the Low. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's Circle Navigate.
My name is Jatabrielle Elliott, and this is Circle Navigation.
On today's episode of Circle Navigation, today we will take you down south to Atlanta, Georgia with business mogul and entrepreneur Christopher Fowler. We also have my new co-host, Jatabrielle Elliott. Navigate by boats, public transportation, planes, and motor vehicles to take you on a journey around the world. Welcome everyone. This is Season 1, Episode 3 of Circle Navigation. I am your host, Aisha Jordan.
I am your co-host, Jatabrielle Elliott.
In the previous episode, we educated you on the amazing Christina Bannister. We also talked about legal representation from Ed Downs.
With COVID-19 claiming so many lives, we're urging people to stay safe and wash their hands and stay 6 feet apart. And now we're reporting live to Devachi Turner about COVID safety.
Thank you, Aisha and Jatabrielle. Tonight we come to you to talk about COVID-19 and the safety guidelines. We're asking each of you to please govern yourselves accordingly. Wash your hands constantly. Sanitize your hands. Make sure you wear your mask going in and out of public, because we're losing so many important lives due to this pandemic. We're asking you to get on the phone, call those that you love, no matter what the situation may be. I don't care if you have problems with whomever. Get on the phone and let these people know how much you love them, because they could be here today and gone today. This is Devachi Turner reporting live from Circle Navigation, saying please take care of yourselves and each other. God bless.
I am Aisha Jordan. Let's go into commercial break to pay some bills.
Man, I need a proper team, man. I need a proper team.
No.
Mr. Keon Oldsby.
Dude, don't move! Hands up!
Be a hold my ass!
Heavy.
You on the road for the money and Detective Rock!
I don't want to see you throw your life away in the streets, man.
Welcome back to Circle Navigation. My name is OG on the Low, and this is the Black History Moment. Ray Charles' original name was Ray Charles Robinson. He was born on September 23rd, 1930. His parents were Aretha and Bailey Robinson. He was born in Albany, Georgia. The family moved to Greenville, Florida when Ray was an infant. During his early childhood, his baby brother George Robinson drowned in a water tub accident. At the early age of 5, Ray developed glaucoma and lost his sight. He attended the Florida School for the Blind in St. Augustine. He left at the early age of 15 to pursue playing the piano professionally. His mother died from cancer around this time. Ray hit the pop market with 2 bestsellers. In 1960, Georgia on My Mind, and in 1961, Hit the Road Jack. He appeared in television and films as well, in The Ballad in Blue and The Original Blues Brothers. Throughout his life, Ray received an innumerable amount of musical achievement awards, including 13 Grammys. He also went on to be one of the most influential artists in our lifetime. I am OG on the Low, and this is the Circumnavigation Black History Moment.
I am just Gabriel Elliott, and let's take it to this break so we can get these bills paid.
Reg the Trainer here. We're at the Leroy Rogerson. This is my class, Body Blast. Body Blast is a tribe of collective people that want to strive for more. We're here to encourage that. So this is the place that it happens.
Chef Boy Cooking.
Hey guys, my name is Reggie Pinchon, aka Reg the Trainer. I'm so excited to be on Circle Navigation. You get to hear an exclusive story on how I began as a trainer, from a motivational speaker, and now to an author. I'm excited. Let's chop it up. Hey, what's going on, guys? Once again, Reg the Trainer. I'm so excited to be with you and for you to hear my story. I was always driven, but it was in the wrong direction. I was putting all my energy into things that were not bringing success financially and growth in myself. So one day my passion found me through fitness. One of my coworkers wanted to go to the gym with me. I've always been into fitness, but I really started honing into the gym setting probably around 2003. And one of my coworkers wanted to join me in the gym, and I was just showing him a couple things. I wasn't a trainer at the time, but I was studying for it. And we trained for a couple of months. So we started seeing a lot of results. And from there, he messaged me and just told me, you know, how much he appreciated my delivery and how I began to motivate him during my training. And I think that was God's confirmation that I'm on the right path. I was so excited that day. I had to call my mom, and it was always a task for my mom getting me motivated to go to school and do something with my life. So when I called her, I had so much excitement in my voice. I said, "Mom, I know what I want to be. I know what I want to be. I want to go to school to be a personal trainer." And at that point, my mom was like shocked. So she was so excited about me being excited about going to school that she was speechless. I knew at that moment my passion had found me. A lot of times I was trying to live out other people's dreams, not knowing what I wanted to do in my life. But at that very moment, fitness found me. From that moment, I knew I was on the right path. And in anything I've did in the past, whether it was playing video games, whether it was modifying cars, I was always in. I was 100% involved. I was going to get both feet into fitness. So this is something that I wanted to immerse myself in. I wanted to learn the craft. I wanted to learn marketing. That's why I really pursued personal training. And not only personal training, I started getting really involved into motivational speaking, because I think what my secret sauce is intertwining motivational speaking and fitness. If you can inspire someone to do a push-up, my God, what can you do in their personal life? So I love to be a fully invested personal trainer. So you get the motivation mentally and also the motivational physical. What's going on, guys? Reggie Kinchin here, personal trainer, group fitness instructor, motivational speaker, and author. And it's been an absolute pleasure being on Circle Navigation.
Cook from your heart, cook with love. Try Chef Acre's Heavenly Spice Blend. Local homemade seasoning in a bottle created in 2020. Contact her on Facebook at Tammy Acres. Season 1, Episode 3 of Circle Navigation. Everyone stay safe, stay blessed. I'll see you all for Episode 4. Let's Circle Navigate. Jordan, this is Season 1, Episode 4 of Circle Navigation. On today's episode of Circle Navigation, today we will take you down south to Atlanta, Georgia with business mogul and entrepreneur Christopher Fowler. We also have my new co-host, Jate Brielle Elliott. We will navigate by boats, public transportation, planes, and motor vehicles to take you on a journey around the world. Welcome back to Season 1, Episode 4 of Circle Navigation. Last week, we visited Mystique Entertainment at Lake Lanier with Terry and Kim Davis. For those of you that don't know, Lake Lanier is a man-made lake. The government evacuated many towns to have it created, one of those towns being Oscarville. Lake Lanier is known for its tragedies and the fact that it's haunted. And despite all of that, I actually had a chance to experience the lake myself, and it's absolutely beautiful and amazing. I got a chance to tour the yachts and take a 2-hour cruise. Let's go inside with Terry and Kim Davis to share my experience.
Oscarville was once a thriving Black American farm town in Forsyth County, Georgia, until the viciousness of racism and injustice led to its destruction. In September 1912, 2 separate alleged attacks on white women led to multiple Black men being accused. This included Ernest Knox and his half-brother, who were brought to trial after Knox's confession and hung to death just 21 days after the conviction. Robert Edwards, who was charged in connection with the second alleged attack, was shot to death and hung without due process. These attacks, along with other racially motivated social issues, caused an angry mob of white men, known as the Night Riders, to begin a racial cleansing not only in Forsyth, but in many of the other nearby counties as well. It was during this time that most of the Black properties were transferred to whites without a sale or legal transfer of title. Eventually, after the cleansing, the village became the primary site of what is now known as Lake Lanier.
This is Circle Navigation. Let's go into commercial break to pay some bills.
Man, I need a proper team, man. I need a proper team.
No. Mr. Keon Oldsby.
Dude, don't move. Hands up. Be up, hold my ass. You on the road, first money to protect the rock.
I don't want to see you throw your life away in the streets, man.
Welcome back to Circle Navigation. We had a little fun and took you inside to Lake Lanier. Now it's time to get into something a little more serious. Domestic violence. Domestic violence is a tragic disease in many households across the world. It has no discrimination and its ruthlessness has no bounds. To help me speak more on this topic, let me introduce my special guest and co-host, April Vafias.
Thanks for the introduction, Aisha. My name is April V. To give you a little history prior to Circle Navigation, I was a cop for 17 years. Therefore, I was trained in domestic violence. I knew the signs. I could see the signs. While I was a police officer, I did earn my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, minor in psychology, and a partial master's in public administration. Also, I am the secretary of the Domestic Violence Task Force for the 10th Circuit. No one should ever live in fear. You should not be scared to voice what's going on. Find you a trusted person to talk to. There's resources out there for you. They're not going to come to you. You have to go looking for them. However, we have provided some phone numbers for assistance and help, depending on your state, for your local resources. It's been 5 years since the incident occurred. This is my first time speaking publicly about it, due to the humiliation that it caused, the embarrassment that it actually happened to me. Being a police officer, it's not supposed to happen to me, but it can, and it did. I was once a victim. I'm proud to announce that I'm now a survivor. To get a little bit more in depth on this topic, I would like to introduce a good friend of mine, Ted Hall.
What's going on, people? I'm Ted Hall, mental health therapist, and we're here to talk about domestic violence and Circle Navigation. So I've been asked to come here and talk about family violence. And family violence is a pandemic within a pandemic. First and foremost, family violence is basically described as any member in a family using fear to control somebody else within a family. So that can be done through physical violence, but that can also be done through emotional abuse. That can be done through economic abuse, controlling the money just to get someone to do what you want them to do. That can be done through manipulation, through sexual abuse. So when we talk about family violence, we're talking about somebody imposing their will in order to be able to control someone in a way that they don't want to be controlled. So let me tell you why I'm so passionate about family violence. Family violence isn't just a problem that affects people within a given home. Family violence is a societal problem. Kids that grow up in homes with family violence can develop a lot of problems. Anxiety, depression, low self-esteem. They have problems with their own relationships going forward. For example, a boy that grows up in a home with family violence is more likely to use that on a woman that he encounters on down the line. A woman that grows up in a home with family violence is more likely to think that that's the type of man that she needs to be with. Because we as a people, we have a tendency to surround ourselves with not people who are necessarily good for us, but people that are familiar to us. But the last reason why I say it's a societal problem is because of this. In the words of the great Martin Luther King Jr., violence begets violence. If I grow up in a violent home, I'm more likely to put that violence on someone else. So to me, treating family violence is basically treating our society. If we teach people how to treat the people within their own home, they're more likely to not only treat those people better, but treat the next citizen better, to treat people better. So one of the ways that we can do something about family violence is even being able to know the signs of an abusive relationship. So I wanted to share some of those signs with you. The first sign that you might be getting into an abusive relationship, the person has what I like to call probation officer tendencies. As soon as you leave the house, they're calling you 5, 6, 7 times. They go through your things without asking you. They basically try to describe your life and your reality. That's a sign that you might get in an abusive relationship. Another sign that you might get into an abusive relationship, or you might be in an abusive relationship, is when that person tries to blame you for how they feel and how they act. Remind yourself of this, and I'm talking to the men and the women. We all have problems. We all have problems. But never let somebody justify putting their hands on you or calling you out of your name just because of what you did to them. So what can I say to someone who's in an abusive relationship? Get out. That person will not change until that person gets the necessary help. Family violence is not about what you're doing. It's about what that person believes that's making them do those things to you. And without the necessary help, those things aren't going to change. If you are in an abusive relationship, there are a couple of things you can do. For one thing, almost every community has what's called a domestic violence shelter. Google and find that number, get in contact with someone and let them help you. You can also call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That number is 1-800-799-SAFE. Again, that's 1-800-799-SAFE. Once again, that situation will not get better unless you take the steps to make it better. Once again, I'm Ted Hall, mental health therapist, and this has been a moment with Circle Navigation.
Again, my name is April V. We're going to go to commercial break and take some news.
Fresh trainer here. We're at the Leroy Rogers Center. This is my class, Body Blast. Body Blast is a tribe of collective people that want to strive for more. We're here to encourage that. So this is the place that happens.
Chef Boy Cooking.
At this time, I would like to go into more detail about my situation and what happened with me. Are you ready? Set? My time. The day of my incident was May 7th, 2017. It was the Sunday before Mother's Day weekend. My significant other and I decided that we were going to go to the river. It was my first time. I was excited to go. We packed up and left. As we were there, two of his friends that showed up, he said he hadn't seen him in 20 years. He walked off with them. I had a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. I knew something wasn't right. Therefore, I picked up my phone, changed my lock code on it, and found a recording app and hit record. I set my phone down, let it time out. Sure enough, when it come back, I could tell automatically. All the physical manifestations was there. You can tell he had been smoking meth. He was a demon. He was a different person. After arguing with him for a little bit, he finally got into the car to leave, and he had the gun with him. He actually held it up against my head at one point and threatened to kill me. As we were going home, he got more and more irritated with shooting rounds out the window. He got mad because I made a wrong turn and grabbed my steering wheel, pulled it, and we wrecked into the ditch. I was crying hysterically. He came around to the driver's side and pulled me out of the car by my ponytail into the ditch, where he started choking me. I couldn't breathe. I thought I'm fixing to die right here on the dirt road. Finally, he moved his body a certain way to where I was able to kick him in the groin, and he released me, and I started crawling up the ditch. Whenever I did that, he saw me trying to get away, so he kicked me in my ribs on my right side, which broke all of my ribs, and pistol whipped me in the head, which caused a concussion. All I could do was scream, lay there in the middle of the dirt road. This was just a summary of what happened, just a few details I could get in. So whenever you think in your mind that it won't happen to you or could not happen to you, think again. Domestic violence does not discriminate.
Hi, welcome back to Circle Navigation. This is Terry the Right Turn, coming to you live tonight. We want to say thank you, Isha and April, for an introduction. And tonight, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you a special young lady, Lady Z. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Now we want to talk to you about the safety and importance of COVID-19, making sure you maintain washing your hands, wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart, and also obtaining the vaccination. Lady Z, can you elaborate a little bit on what your opinion is on the vaccination and all these things that we're talking about as far as COVID?
Absolutely. While I do feel that it's very important for everyone to take necessary precautions, as far as the vaccinations are concerned, there's a lot of risk and there's a lot of complications, and those complications are not being addressed. To me, it's more or less they're being swept under the rug. The likelihood of you catching COVID-19 by comparison with the flu and common colds is slim to none when you look at the risk of the vaccinations. Heart information, brain information. You have children who have literally died after the vaccination. And so it's not that I would deter anyone from taking the vaccination. Each person has their own individual choice. However, I would encourage any and everyone to do your research. When a vaccine is pushed out as quickly as the one that they pushed for this COVID-19, and now there's a Delta variant for which the vaccination is primarily unsuccessful in treating, you have to, again, look at the risk versus the reward.
And so, Lady Z, it has been my honor and pleasure to have you on today. Thank you so much for your expertise. There you have it. Like she said, we must convey, go out, wear your mask, sanitize, wash your hands, stay 6 feet apart. And I can't agree with her more. I do not agree with the vaccination, but do what's best for you.
Shooting stars on the snare like a drummer. The stratosphere, my love too, just like a gun. Space age chemical is called friction, atmosphere is all
The meaning behind the brand is pure intentions destined for success, not just a brand, but a lifestyle.
Welcome back to Circle Navigation. My name is Tyrone Slade, co-star to the upcoming movie, You Know, I Swear I Promise, which is filmed, directed, edited by none other than my brother, Christopher the Great. You just heard from Miss April V and the awareness on domestic violence and what goes on. Now we're about to get into our exclusive highlight of the week. All right, people, today's segment is about Mr. Larry B. Hoover. He is formerly known as the honorable chairman of the notorious street organization called the Gangster Disciples, or as he would say, and the few 100,000 people that follow his teachings will call it, growth and development. The honorable chairman was born November 30th, 1950 in Jackson, Mississippi. And at 4 years old, his parents moved him from Jackson, Mississippi to Chicago, Illinois in a rough place called Inglewood. And just 8 years later, at the tender age of 12, is when he decided to take his steps toward growth and development. Many believe that Mr. Larry B. Hoover is a political prisoner because he has the power to galvanize the people. And the effects of his imprisonment has trickled all the way down to the small city of Adel, Georgia, where it has affected one of our own, Jeremiah Covington. And similar to Mr. Larry Hoover, Jeremiah Covington is also politically imprisoned because of his ability to galvanize his people. So before we navigate to today's next segment, I gotta hit you with the Circle Navigation trivia question of the day. And that question is, who is the writer, director, and producer of the movie I Swear I Promise, which is upcoming in July sometime this month and also the day after the lick? But before we get to the answer to that, let me take you to an inside sneak peek to I Swear I Promise.
We don't make it rain. We don't paper airplane. Thirst I drop out, pack, fried I pick up, sad I stash that sad.
Rude boy. It's great, man. Yeah, great, man. You remember the favor you say you owe me? I say you remember the favor you say you owe me? Man, I need a proper team, man. I need a proper team. Yeah, man, I'm trying to flood the whole city. I got a private plane, man. I should be touching down in like an hour, man. Yeah, link up. Alright, rude boy. Soon come. Real nigga fucked up. Gotta get
And I'm back out of the sneak peek with the answer for you. And if you said Christopher Tarantino, then you, my friend, are correct. And with that being said, my name is Tyrone Slade, aka SCE, and this concludes my segment of Circle Navigation's exclusive segment of the week. And while you're at it, do not forget to go download Ordained, the new single by Christopher the Great, featuring Blood Raw. You can find it on all major platforms. Do it now.
God to save us. Thank God for Grandma Sarah, Granddaddy Jimmy, a stand-up man, they instilled it in me. My life is full with drama, a couple million just to take care of my baby mothers. Now as the world turns, the things we learn, I'm selling poison to my people, let they soul burn. But that's the way of life, the way the hood is. We live in check for check, we struggling.